Speaking of malingering for a little while, we have received a lot of feedback from people, the Cult of Cornette Facebook group, Twitter, email, who wanted to get your opinion, wanted to find out if you were involved. I guess Netflix just announced a new documentary series featuring the modern day OVW.
Yes, and many people have asked me that on Twitter, and as I said, I've been busy. We've both been busy past couple of days. I have not seen anything other than the trailer for this that has been out on the internet. I am not involved in this. I was reached out to, I guess it was almost a year ago, Danny Davis. I don't know whether he's in the thing or not. He actually came up here. They flew him up here one day last year to sit down and talk about OVW, which he did. And at that time asked me, well, they'd like to talk to you. I'm okay. And then I was going to get together with Danny, but that's when I had that one cold that I had in the last 3.5 years and didn't want to go out and risk spreading it or getting worse. And when Danny got back, somebody had given him COVID and he got back home and got sick. But nevertheless, so no, I'm not in the documentary because at that time I said, what am I going to do? I'm going to sit there and talk about how great the company was 20 years ago and how bad everybody else has fucked it up since then. So and I don't want to do that. But so I don't know I've read the synopsis of the documentary. I believe there's a little dramatic effect going on there. Well, they have the summer to save this once great wrestling gym because the losses are staggering. Well, they shot it last summer and it's still around. And I'm pretty sure the losses are still staggering from what I can ascertain.
So's the booking.
A lot of things are staggering. And I'm not trying to put the mouth on them because it's just sour grapes. But no, Ohio Valley Wrestling now is Ohio Valley Wrestling in name only from the operation that Danny Davis and I were involved in many years ago. Let's just put it that way. And, if I did a part in this documentary, it would be like sitting down to talk about my brilliant child that I had high hopes for that has since dropped out of school, turned to crime, and is now in a penitentiary. And I didn't feel like going all through that.
If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you one question about this.
Yes.
When you see modern day OVW or the training school there, whatever it may be, getting credit for being the place where Batista, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Randy Orton, and others have come from, do you think that's a fair thing, or do you see, again, like you kind of just said, you and Danny Davis, what you guys had as OVW as a completely separate entity from what is now called OVW?
Well, no, it's the same company. It's the continuation of the lineage. Al bought it from Danny. Al has sold, I don't know what I'm not trying to do their taxes, but according to the synopsis of this documentary and what I have ascertained in the past, Al has sold either all or most of the company to a group of investors he found here in Louisville, one of whom is now the mayor of Louisville, Craig Greenberg, who before he was elected last year was involved in this investment. So technically, yes, the lineage is correct. Brock and all those guys did come from Ohio Valley Wrestling. That was a long time ago, unfortunately, in a galaxy far, far away. I'm not knocking Al Snow or our mayor or anybody else's efforts, but no, it's not the same thing. And the advantage that I had in 1999 with Ohio Valley Wrestling was that Danny Davis had started it as a wrestling school, and once he got enough guys trained that he could put on a spot show, he was doing small shows. And he had a affordable building that was later condemned when we moved out of it, but it was affordable that he could do his shows and his taping in. And he had a time slot on a low power television station here in Louisville. He had 6 guys: Nick Dinsmore, Rob Conway, Doug Basham, The Damager, Trailer Park Trash, I'm saying Flash Flanagan and Jason Lee, 6 or 7 guys. I've probably left somebody out that you could use on a wrestling show in pretty much any situation. There were tools there. There was opportunity there. We needed a bigger, and we've done the deep dive. We needed a bigger television station and with more power and more reach, and we got it. We needed to get out of that building and into a more modern facility, and finally we got that. We needed sponsors such as Six Flags or the radio station Clear Channel or some of the other people that we worked with, and we got those. But what there was no reputation on OVW as being good, bad, or indifferent because only the really diehard wrestling fans in town had seen it, and then we were just able to put it in front of more people, and there were more wrestling fans in Louisville that picked up on it when they knew it was here. Then we were able to upgrade the talent with the developmental deal, as well as when we got a better program together, we got guys wanting to be involved in that program and wanting to come here to train or to get experience. Then when we got the sponsors and the better coverage and et cetera, then everybody in town is seeing OVW, and there was nothing to stop them from saying, oh, this is good for local wrestling, rather than, oh, I remember when it was really good 20 years ago. Because now the problem is, even in the last years that Danny owned it, it went through situations. There was no experienced booker. There was a variety of bookers that thought they were bookers. And now, unfortunately, there's no access to talent, nor is there a lot of incentive for talent to come because there's not a pipeline to a bigger company or the chance to work daily alongside veteran talent, great trainers, myself as booker, whatever the case. So it's a local wrestling school and a local wrestling promotion, still with the same name. But now, the point I was making is, it's being compared to what OVW was here by all the people in Louisville. If they see it and they're old enough, they would compare it to what OVW was from 99 to 2009 and say, eh. And if anybody new sees it, they're going, oh, fuck, we heard all kinds of great things about OVW, and this is what we're fucking looking at. So they're in kind of a no-win position. But a lot of prominent people have invested money into the program from what we are told here by Netflix.
Well, we'll see what happens with their money and also this documentary series. But Jim...
You know, for a while, touch and go, it's always a close shave, you know, when you're talking about wrestling.
It certainly is. I was even going to say that so many of the great talents that you developed in OVW got brought up to the main roster and immediately told, you better shave that off your head, whatever it may be.
Yeah, you know, they want to shave their heads, they want to shave their backs, they want to shave their chests. As a matter of fact, we used to have classes in how to shave your balls.
Classes?
Classes. What did I say?
You said classes. You had classes in how to do that?
We had classes. That's what I said. I thought that's what I said. Why did you repeat it? We had classes in how to shave you. Because think about this. What's going to happen if somebody hooks you over your head and grabs your tights and picks you up for a vertical suplex, and right as you're up in the air in front of the TV cameras, God and everybody, that hand pulls your tights down so your little tallywhacker flops out, and there's a goddamn Brillo pad surrounding not only Mr. Whacker, first name Tally, but also the twins underneath. You don't want all that mulch and undergrowth and the various crops to be exposed on television. You want people to have a nice, clean view of you. So we taught ball shaving.
All right.
That's correct.
Tallywhacker, have you watched Porky's lately?
No, not lately. But thankfully, folks, we had the finest personal grooming products known to man when we would conduct these ball shaving classes, courtesy of our friends at Manscaped. Because, again, you know, you set guys down in the chairs, and we had the little chairs, the little special chairs where they let your balls hang down.
What chairs are those? I've never seen these chairs.
They're the barber ball shaving chairs. See, you sit in it, you spread your legs, and it's got a V in the front where your balls can hang down so that somebody can come along with, for example, the Manscaped Platinum package involving the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, and they can take that lawnmower and they can just zip, zip, zip and go right through there. So and then you learn how to do it yourself once you let the other guy do it a time or three.
Well, you were involved with these classes. Where was this ball barber? Do they get down on their knees? How do they do this?
Well, they kind of get down on their hands and knees and they go in a perpendicular motion across the front of all the people that are sitting in the V-shaped chairs with their balls hanging low so that the hair is easily accessible. And then once they finish with the Lawnmower 4.0, well, the next thing that a good ball barber is going to do is take the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer from the Manscaped Platinum package, and he's going to stick that up your nose and in your ears. And then you're going to be slicker than cum on a gold tooth in all of those orifices. And then, as a matter of fact, after they've cleaned your nose and your ear and your balls and your taint and potentially your crack and maybe done your sideburns, because the Lawnmower 4.0 does a heck of a job on the sideburns, then maybe if you get a good ball barber, they'll lather you up with the ultra premium body wash and the ultra premium 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, the ultra premium deodorant, and the crop preserver anti-chafing ball application stuff that they have. They have this at Manscaped in the Platinum Package 4.0, and every great ball barber, they stock themselves from Manscaped. So they're going to have this plethora of equipment here.
How do you tip a ball barber?
Well, just the tip only. Just the tip.
That's not what I meant.
Well, you asked, so I'm telling you. Just the tip. But the Platinum Package 4.0 will cover all your bases from head to toe and hair to ball fro. And get you away from all of that. That's what it says right here. And this is Hazel sent this now.
Would you stop incriminating people?
She knows more about this than we do. Not the ball shaving,
the
but
copy.
The copy, yes. But anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is if you want to become your own ball barber, now most people, when they achieve a level of success, they want to go out and have their balls professionally done. But
I've never heard that ever.
Well, you haven't been successful enough yet to afford your own. Ball barbers don't come cheap. Sometimes they don't come at all. But nevertheless, if you don't want to have someone come in and service your crotch area on a regular basis, you can do this at home. You can be trained and go through ball barber college by getting a Platinum Package 4.0 a Platinum package from Manscaped with the Lawnmower 4.0. Because that way you've got the equipment and then it will become counterintuitive to you or self-intuitive to you. The opposite of counterintuitive.
Yeah, not counterintuitive. That's not what you would want.
Become self-intuitive to you to use this fine trimmer in the manner in which it's supposed to be used, and you don't have to have the ball barber come in every once in a while and clean up. You can do it yourself. As long as you don't feel like it's slumming. I mean, some people think that it's a sign of failure in life that they have to shave their own balls, that they can't afford somebody to do it for them, but you don't have to pay that money. You could send that money to charity. You could.
Maybe this could be Brutus Beefcake's new gimmick and come back as the ball barber and take those big shears to the testicle region of the jobbers that he beats.
Sometimes that's what happens. You get one of these off-brand ball barbers with the big shears, and that's where self-nudification comes in. But anyway, if you'd rather be your own ball barber, folks, manscaped.com will fix you up. That's the point I'm trying to make, and you'll be clean and smooth and smelling fresh, and you won't have to go down to the ball barber college or the ball barber store, and you don't have to tip your ball barber. You can just save the money and send it to charity. Do something good with your ball money. And right now, speaking of ball money, if you go to manscaped.com and use the code DRIVE, D-R-I-V-E, you're going to get 20% off and free shipping. Not only the performance package or platinum package, it used to be the performance package, and then they upgraded it. Remember that? You don't remember that, do you?
I remember that.
Well, why didn't you say I remember that?
I thought I did. It turned out I was on mute.
Turned out you were muted. Well, it's not the performance package anymore. It's the platinum package because the gold standard is no longer good enough. Now they're on platinum, and you can get 20% off that or anything else on the fine site manscaped.com if you use the code DRIVE when you check out. 20% off and free shipping. So there you're saving, but send that ball money to charity also.
All right. Well, that was the ball report.
How much money do you give to balls each year?
Well, I support Manscaped. I support our sponsors. I get some fine products from them.
No, I mean, how much do you give to ball charities for people who don't have the money to have their balls shaven?
I'm not aware of any of these charities.
There are several institutions set up for people who need money to help get their balls shaved.
Do you have any recommendations?
I think the National Ball Hair Institute. Also, let's
in Aspen?
In Aspen. And then let's not forget over in Lincoln, Nebraska, there's the Pubic Hair Professional Association, or PUPA.
We can never forget them, of course.
Don't forget PUPA.
No, I couldn't. Well, there's two. There's two organizations, so you did a better job than I thought you would.
Two of many.
Manscaped. Once again, what was the promo code?
Manscaped.com. Use the code DRIVE.